Hey guys, real quick, before I forget, if you were like me last year around April 26th, you're probably just heads down jamming on activities. What you might not have realized is that in the background, Apple's iOS 14.5 update really negatively impacted the way that Facebook ads was able to both target your intended audiences and report conversions accurately in its native reporting. So for me personally, Facebook is my bread and butter, and it's still the largest platform in terms of active users. So I wanted to share with you guys two workarounds that you can implement to shore up reporting accuracy and audience targeting. So let's take a look here. I'll boil this down to the roots. If you guys like, you can check out this blog with all the gory details. It goes into both reporting accuracy issues and targeting limitations and the two workarounds that I'll present to you right now. So the first one, Facebook's conversion API. It's a workaround to users who opt out of tracking. And so I'm sure you've seen this before with Apple's new update. If you download an app and open it, you can opt out of tracking. And so what that does is it doesn't allow that app to track your cookies. So in today's world, what we really want to do is implement Facebook's conversion API. This essentially allows event-based tracking directly from your web platform or server back to Facebook or Meta itself. And so there are a couple different ways to accomplish this. I've linked to a help document here. But essentially, once you actually implement this and do test it on your attribution and reporting internally, but once you implement this, you'll be able to know that Facebook is directly tracking conversion activity from your website and then implementing it back to Meta. Okay, so the other issue here, targeting limitations. Facebook, because of the update, it most times started to shrink first-party audiences. And so if you were lucky enough, you would have enough audiences matched where you could actually spin up a lookalike audience. But if you haven't implemented Conversion API, which will help you with the targeting, I would really recommend that you use detailed targeting. And so this isn't anything new, but the way that I use it might be a bit different from the way you viewed it in the past. And so if you're unfamiliar with detailed targeting, it's basically an and versus or method of building and refining your audiences. You can think of this as a Venn diagram of sorts, and I'll come back to this here in a moment. But to give you an example, we can start out by giving Facebook the demographics that we want to choose from. That would be age and gender in this scenario. And then we can also tell them which area of the country we'd like to target. In this case, let's say United States. So the way this works, if you use the and function, what you'll start doing is refining your audiences from the demographic area or whatever area you started with. So in the specific example that I'll give you here, let's say a dentist's office wants to show ads to men and women between the ages of 18 to 55 and those who have expressed interest in dental hygiene. So maybe these individuals, we're targeting them because we want them to come in for a teeth cleaning. So we might enter the demographic inputs and then use and to narrow those further into individuals who follow pages related to dental hygiene or personal health. Now, you might use the or function to target the same individuals at the demographic level, but instead of targeting individuals who might need a teeth cleaning, let's say that this dentist office was recruiting or hiring new individuals. We might start targeting individuals who express interest in hiring or dental school. So there's a few different ways that you can utilize this. Now, my takeaway here, again, you can start at any level that you choose. What I like to do is start with demographics first, and then I'll use my and function to then boil it down to something like people living within the United States. And so we'll have men and women living within the United States, and then I'll boil it down to the specific interest or activity that I'm looking at. And so what you do here in our dentist office example, we'll choose individuals who follow pages related to hygiene. And so now what we have is a trifecta of men and women who live in the United States and are interested in dental hygiene or personal health. So that's one way to really take Facebook's audiences and boil it down to a very granular level. And this is something that you can actually do within Facebook without uploading first-party audiences. So super useful way to start to work around some of the limitations that iOS 14.5 introduced. If you have a moment, check out this blog, and I'll walk you through the exact ways that you can get started. Hope this helps. This is Tyler from OM Performance Marketing, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.